Wendy, the recording is in process.
Yes.
Today is Friday, November the 28th. Wendy, a day after Thanksgiving. We are rocking and rolling. We've eaten the food.
Yeah.
I'm about to blow all the leaves. I've got a big yard cleanup day today, and we're going to get in some football. Wendy, how are you doing?
Doing good. Tired. See, we did our family Thanksgiving on Wednesday night. So yesterday was kind of a low key day, but we've been kind of going and blowing since last Saturday. You know what I mean? So I was glad to have a day off. But Trey, I've eaten my weight in gold. I'm talking probably packed on 10 to 15 LBs.
Yeah, the food was great. Came up to your house on Wednesday. Everybody was there. It was a great time. Wendy, you were a great host.
Thank
Chris
you.
did a great job.
Yes, he
Everybody
did.
involved did a great job. We played some games. Everybody had fun.
Yep.
Teresa had his birthday. Hope everybody out there has had a good Thanksgiving. I hope
Yes.
everybody's doing well. I just got a text from Nacho. Nacho is under the weather.
Ooh.
Said he's not feeling good, so hopefully he'll get some rest and get back at it. Wendy, so we turned the page to Friday, Wendy, and it turns
Yeah.
into football. I mean, now
Turns into
it is
football.
football. Now, I told you I had the yard cleanup day. I've got to get that done, which
Yep.
involves basically blowing leaves. Got to get a couple of Christmas trees up today, but that's going to be fine. So we wanted to get on here and do this, Wendy. We're going to rock and roll. I mean, because
Yes.
listen, it's getting to be game time.
It is the biggest
Uh,
game of the year.
Biggest game of the year. I've got some predictions from some of our friends, aka some of our listeners. Thank
Yep.
y'all for putting those in. We're about to get to those. So what we're going to do today is let's get through these games, then we'll get through tomorrow's games, and then we're going to talk about the Alabama Auburn game, which is the
Yes.
Iron Bowl.
Yes.
Towards the end of the show. So we're not trying to get real in depth, but we're going to get into it, Wendy, and let's
Yep.
go. You got
Let's
anything else
go.
before we take off?
No, I will say I woke up this morning and my heat's broke again.
What?
So, yes, it's like 5 degrees. So, it's not been, of course, today is the first cold day, right? So we go to click on that heat and get it all warm and toasty, and it's like nothing blowing. So waiting on the heat guy. So it is freezing in this house, freezing. So
What
yeah,
is that? So I mean, I'm sure y'all checked the pilot light and all that stuff.
did all that. We did all the regular stuff, and then now it's just time for the profesh.
There's not a gas smell in your house, is there, Wendy?
No, not at all. Not at all. Nope, not at all. But mom would be freaking out right now. She'd be like, "We'll just leave. We're gonna leave the house until they get out here."
Mom would
Nope.
have those windows
Oh
open.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't
Uh,
feel lightheaded or anything.
okay, so is the guy going to come during us doing this?
I hope not. But if he does, I'm gonna go let him in downstairs.
Okay. Well, don't you have that gas thing downstairs?
Yeah.
Does
Oh
that
yeah.
work?
I can heat up the house if I need to. But I'm
Yeah, those are
hoping
gold.
yeah, I'm just hoping, Trey, that the guy gets out here and gets it done for tomorrow's big game because I don't want to be cold tomorrow.
Yeah, because we're coming up tomorrow night. All right, let's get into it, y'all. Hope everybody's doing well. Like I said, listen, we have the Ole Miss Rebels and the
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi State Bulldogs kicking off at 11 o'clock, which is basically within an hour of us
Yeah.
doing this, Wendy. All the talk is on Lane Kiffin.
Yep.
I thought it was fun to talk about Lane Kiffin. Now I'm really over the Lane Kiffin thing.
Yeah.
I can't take any more of it. I don't understand it. Everybody says that Lane Kiffin's going to LSU. If
Yep.
Ole Miss wins this football game against a good Mississippi State team
Mm-hmm.
at home, huge rivalry game. Obviously, it's the Egg Bowl, Wendy. A lot of implications first coming off. Wendy, what do you think about this Ole Miss Mississippi State game? First, is Ole Miss going to pull out the dub, and where is Lane Kiffin going?
I think Ole Miss is going to pull out the dub. I think they're a better team. But let me say this: I'm with you. I'm kind of over all of it as well. I think what everybody's kind of waiting on is this announcement, and then with the college football playoff coming out, they dropped a couple spots, and the guy Hunter, whoever Hunter is, basically saying, yeah. We don't really know what's going on with the coaching thing. So now I feel like it's taken on this whole new being, right? This Lane Kiffin. It's like it's almost made it a sideshow. And I really just actually hate it for the Ole Miss football players. Like, y'all have had a great season. The guy's built the program. If he's going somewhere else, he's going somewhere else. But like, you've made it almost into a sideshow, and I'm not into it either. Like,
Yeah,
just tell us where you're going and go if you're going. like
Yeah,
whatever.
and all the air is taken out from these players. I mean, these
Yep.
players are the ones that are making it happen. You don't hear, I mean, you just don't unless you get deep into some conversation, you don't get to the actually players on the field. It's all about the
Yep.
coaches winning. I think Ole Miss should win the game too. I'll tell you what, it's one of those things where Mississippi State is a good football team. I
Yeah.
look for Ole Miss to pull out the win, and it's kind of chaotic at this point. Then we get to 2:30, Wendy, and the Georgia Bulldogs play the
Mhm.
Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Wendy, Georgia Tech has had a good year. Georgia Tech, listen to a thing this morning, is kind of on a decline. Their defense is
Yep.
not very good. Georgia is just now starting to click on their cylinders. And it's like we've
Mhm.
said before, these teams kind of develop throughout the year. You find out
Yep.
who your team is. The
Yep.
good teams can kind of win while they're doing that.
Yep.
But it looks like Georgia has found their rhythm and kind of found the recipe for a bunch of wins, Wendy. It looks like
Yeah.
Georgia, they will be playing this in the Mercedes-Benz Dome. What do you
Uh,
look for the Georgia game, Wendy?
well, Georgia doesn't win a lot in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The reason I know this is because they lose to me. Listen, I'm with you. Georgia is hitting on every cylinder that can possibly been hit on, and then they got two backup cylinders just in case the thing breaks down. This guy, he ain't losing another game. Georgia Tech, look, lost last weekend to what? Pitt, I think. That was a big game for Georgia Tech, needed to win it. Couldn't figure out a way to do it. I do not see Georgia Tech figuring out a way to beat Georgia today.
Yeah, and not. I mean, it is a huge game for Georgia Tech. They moved it to the Mercedes Dome. To Georgia Tech, I think, got $10 million for doing that. I don't think
Yep.
there's any implication if Georgia loses the game. They're still in the
Yeah.
playoff, I think. If
Yeah.
Georgia Tech wins the game, it's still going to be hard for Georgia Tech to get in. Just not a
Yeah.
lot for the game. Wendy, later tonight, the Texas A&M Longhorns, who have just
Big
been
one.
blowing and going, will
Yep.
play the University of Texas at Texas this year,
Yep.
which has been a long time since that game's been played there, Wendy. I mean, Texas has to win this game to have any shot of the playoff. I still don't understand how they would get in, but
I
I've
don't
been
think they can
wrong.
get in.
Yeah, I don't think they can really get in. But Texas A&M, is this where they slip up? These really good teams, at some point you have to lose to kind of recalibrate. Texas A&M has answered every question, but can they answer the question of the Longhorns, Wendy?
Yes. And let me say this. It's hard to win, what, 11 games? Is that what we're on now? Week
11 in a row,
11?
yep.
It's hard to win this many games, y'all. So could they take a little stumble? Sure. I just don't think Texas is a complete team. I don't think, I'm not saying the Manning kid's not good, y'all. I'm not saying he's not going to be the best quarterback in 2 years. I'm just saying I don't know if he can lead a team. After we saw what Texas A&M did to come back against South Carolina, that just shows me everything I needed to see about Texas A&M. They don't get rattled. If they do get down, they're not rattled. Marcel Reed doesn't seem to get froggy in the backfield. He just keeps going on to the next play. He made multiple mistakes in that South Carolina game, flushed them, and went on. And that's how I see this game going. You did say it's at Texas.
Yep.
I mean, that could be a little, that might be a little comma over here. But listen, even if A&M does lose, they're still in it. I mean, there's no implication there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well,
But I
Texas
look
A&M
for
has
Texas
to,
A&M to win the game.
Yeah, but Texas A&M has to win the game to kind of secure their spot in the SEC title game, which
Yes.
ironically has probably had less meaning than it ever has had.
Yep.
And it might be the year that they finally make it there, Wendy. Clemson, South Carolina, we're getting to tomorrow. So those are your
Yeah.
three games today. You've got a full slate of good
Yep.
games. Tomorrow we get into Kentucky plays Louisville at 11 o'clock. Clemson plays South Carolina at 11 o'clock. LSU plays Oklahoma at 2:30. Now we'll
Yep.
stop at this LSU Oklahoma game. LSU has to go to Oklahoma. LSU's offense is absolutely a disaster. Oklahoma's
Yes.
defense might score more points than LSU's offense, but that
Yep.
is a game we will need to watch tomorrow at 2:30. If Oklahoma can get another loss, it probably would help Alabama,
Yep.
depending on what happens later that night. Don't see it. Oklahoma's playing too good. LSU would have to come out of absolutely nowhere for the LSU Oklahoma game, Wendy.
Well, I mean, but I want Oklahoma to lose every game they ever play from now to the history of time. If Oklahoma never win, I hope they go through 195 coaches in the next 10 years. I hope they have scandal after scandal after scandal, can't get above water. I don't care what happens to Oklahoma, but I hope LSU decides to be somebody tonight, which I've always said there ain't nothing worse than playing a team that has absolutely nothing to lose. And LSU has absolutely nothing to lose. So let's go LSU. I am a Bengal Tiger fan tonight. Or tomorrow.
Tomorrow at 2:30.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, you can be one tonight.
But I'm also one tonight getting ready to be one tomorrow.
That's right. You know what I mean? That's right. Vanderbilt Commodores. Good game here. Vanderbilt Commodores, Tennessee. This is going to be tomorrow at 2:30 as well, all-time Central. Yep. Vanderbilt goes to UT. Okay, UT Tennessee is 8-3. Vanderbilt is 9-2. If Vanderbilt wants any chance of getting in the college football playoff, they have to beat Tennessee at Neyland Stadium. A good Tennessee team. I think a well-rounded Tennessee team.
Yes,
I think the coach has a good pulse on the team. I think the team's going to play hard. That's Tennessee as well. But Vanderbilt. Can Vanderbilt and Pavia do anything inside of Neyland Stadium tomorrow with 100,000 volunteers, fans? GVG, Wendy, what?
No. I also want Vanderbilt to lose because I don't want to hear his name anymore, and I want him out of the conversation. I'm still, like I said last week, I'm still mad about them beating us last year. I believe that Tennessee and this Aguilera kid is going to throw this ball about 999 times, and Vanderbilt's defense is not going to be able to do anything with it. You can only do so much, Diego Pavia. That's how I feel. Diego Pavia is going down to the Tennessee Vols to lose a game tomorrow. That is what's happening tomorrow.
And
he's suiting up. He's eating all of his turkey to go and get his heart broken in Neyland Stadium. He is. That's what's happening.
Yeah, and one thing we really got to pay attention to is these are all rivalry games. These are all games that these teams play each year. These are all games that these players will be up for, a.k.a. anything can happen in these games. Yes. I think that's why we really like to watch them, Wendy. And we will – Missouri plays Arkansas. Florida State plays Florida. And now. Let's
go.
At 6:30 tomorrow night.
Yes.
The Alabama, that's Saturday night, the Alabama Crimson Tide rolls to the plains of Auburn, Alabama.
Yes.
Where the sun will be set.
Yes.
The stage will be set.
Yes.
All games have been played and all eyes are on
the Alabama Crimson Tide.
The Alabama Crimson Tide. So the Alabama 9-2, number 10 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide will go to Jordan Hare Stadium tomorrow night to face Auburn. Alabama is a 5.5-point favorite, Wendy, in a game when all I hear is how bugabooish Auburn's field is. But what I need to remind some people about is –
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't, Trey.
What?
I'm going to get on the group text right now if you say it. Do not pull up a record from some last 10 years. I don't want to hear it. Don't do it. I feel like that could be the bugaboo if you do it.
Wendy, the facts are the facts, Wendy. 2 years ago, we beat them in a 4 overtime game.
We did. It was
4 years ago with Young. Yeah. I was at that game.
It took us 4 overtimes, but we did do it.
Okay. The last time we were there was the Gravedigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, so Alabama, it's not – come on, y'all. Don't be scared. Just don't be scared. Listen, it's a football field. The football field,
scared.
I think, is like –
I'm scared out of my mind,
It's
Trey.
a football field. It's not like they're playing on space. I mean, in some random field somewhere. It's a football field. There's goalposts. There's fans. There's people screaming. Listen, Kalen DeBoer will have this team ready. I have faith in Kalen DeBoer. I have faith in this coaching staff. Wendy, we're going to get to some predictions that we put out this morning. Thank everybody for sending back some predictions. It makes this a lot more fun to do.
Right.
We will start with Destiny.
Okay.
Now, Destiny is an Auburn fan.
Your wife and an Auburn fan.
Yep, is an Auburn fan. And we're having a child in January.
Yep. A baby.
So, yeah. So she has the prediction of 28-27 Auburn.
No. Well, she's
Missed,
Auburn.
missed Bama field goal to let Auburn win WDE. That stands for War Damn Eagle.
That sounds
So
for
Destiny's got the Tigers winning. And Wendy, let's talk about if this game comes down to a field goal.
Well, we won't get
What
it.
what yard line do we say we're kicking the field goal?
0. There is no field goal kicking. I've said all year, and this is not just from his Pat. Like y'all, he missed 2 field goals on the cupcake game that we played in on Saturday. Let me make this very clear. I've said all year we might as well go for it on 4th down. We got a 50-50 shot of him making it. We got a 50-50 shot of getting the 4th down. I understand there's some areas of the field we cannot do that, but let me tell you something. He's rattled, he's spooked, and now he's got the entirety of the fan base on him. It ain't looking good if we got to kick a field goal. I wouldn't even kick one. I'd just be like, I'd come out and tell the fans, I'd like drop a hype video to let all the fans know we ain't going for field goals. It ain't happening.
So,
Trey, my doorbell just rang. Hold on.
okay. Well, I'll just keep talking. Let's talk about the field goal. All right. So the field goal kicker gets booed last weekend. So it was hard to find the game last weekend. You had to have ESPN Plus, or it was really SEC Network Plus, whatever it was. I couldn't find the game. I mean, it's ESPN's got some racket on this thing that I paid for this, but I don't get that. Anyway, the fans did boo our kicker last week after he missed a short field goal. But I really think the fans were booing the kicker because the week before against Oklahoma, he really started mouthing off to the snapper, and it was on national TV when he missed the field goal late in that half. I think that's really what the fans were booing at. Kalen DeBoer came out this week and did say that he had made it right with his players. And listen, guys, I agree with him. I mean, you're on national TV. You do some stuff that you really wish you wouldn't do. And all you can do at that point is go back and apologize to your teammates, which they said he did. And he is all back square. I think as Alabama fans, we need to get behind this kicker. I think we need to applaud him, and I think we need to push him forward. I know these kids get paid. I know people's stance on they're basically professional athletes. Look, y'all, this dude's probably 21 or 22 years old. Come on, let's give the guy some confidence. Let's back our kicker a little bit. And if it comes down to it, I think this guy can make a field goal. Wendy.
Back.
What'd they say?
Well, I had to open the door, turn on the heat, and he's just down there. I told him I was doing my pod. But if you were going all that about a kicker, let me just say this on the kicker. I don't really care. I don't want to kick the ball. I don't know what you said. Don't care. Probably wasn't that important to me, but I don't want to kick the ball. But let's move on to offense in general, Trey.
Wendy, we can't move on. We've got people that have put in submissions.
Oh, yeah, go. Next submission.
You're befuddled.
I am befuddled.
Wendy, basically, you better get behind the kicker. I don't care that the guy's making money. He apologized to his teammates. Everybody said he was upset. We're getting behind our kicker. He's our kicker.
About him. I didn't even care about him showing his ass. What I care about is not making the kick.
It's true. I got you. I'm with you. All right. Connor, our boy Connor Hallmark, and I'm going to read this out. Alabama 14, Auburn 10.
Yes.
Low scoring affair. Have to run the ball for a few more yards a play. Williams need to show up and not cost us with mistakes or drop passes. So Connor, what's up, Connor? Connor wants to see us run the ball a little bit more, and Williams needs to show up and catch some footballs. Thank you for your submission, Connor. We have Todd. What's up, Todd? Todd H. Todd, I think they're down at a dove shoot today. Todd, hope y'all are doing well down there. Alabama, he has Alabama 28, the Barn 17.
Okay.
Alabama's offensive line protecting Ty and blocking for the run and getting the running game going. That will be the difference, in my opinion, Wendy. Everybody really seems to think that Alabama's got to run the football, something I think you were trying to allude to. That's what Todd wants to see.
Right. Yep. I mean, let me just say this about Auburn. Again, they have nothing to lose. They're going to throw everything in the kitchen sink. We've got this running quarterback. I'm going to go back to, though, that this kid's now not played but in one full game, and that was against
The Auburn
Vanderbilt.
quarterback. Yeah.
The Auburn quarterback, and that's against Vanderbilt. So I feel like he's not seen anything like Alabama yet. That's just my personal opinion. But when we have the ball, we have to score, and we have to score 7 or 6 points. I don't know if we can get a field goal or not at this point, but we need to score every time we have the ball. We've also got to manage the clock. We have to manage the clock and keep the football as much as we can. You know what I mean? Keep them off the field. You get what I'm saying?
George Buhacker.
George.
Trying to comment on these predictions.
Yes.
So, George Buhacker. George, what is up? He's at the jump shoot as well today. Typically, I think he's in charge of the grill. I know he shoots a few shots. George, what's up, buddy? He's got Bama 24, Aubie 10.
Okay.
O-line needs to step up, big plays in passing game. Second response that we got for the O-line in big games in the passing play. So it looks like George wants our offensive line to step up, and he wants to hit that deep shot a little bit.
Yes.
Wendy?
Totally agree, George. You're the smartest man in the room. That's all I got to say. First guy at the baby shower, I loved it. And now he's the smartest guy in the room. He's absolutely correct. Our offense is going to have to step up. We're going to have to do something. We're going to have to hit these long balls. I'm really not worried about Ron Williams. We've got Bernard. If you got Bernard, you got Horton, you've got all these other guys that can make plays. If Ron Williams can't do it, it is what it is. But our offensive line has to give Ty Simpson time to get the ball out and be successful in that deep ball.
Alabama's tight end's going to be out. I think he's number 80, Cuevas. I think he is ruled out of the game. Man, real big sticking point. Really big loss there. And Ty Simpson run the football. Ty Simpson run the football.
Right.
Take off and run the football some. I mean, this is it ain't the second game of the season and you're worried about getting hurt and self-preservation or anything like that. No, it's lay it on the line.
Yeah, let's go.
Mommy B is in the chat. Mommy B goes 31-14 Alabama.
God, Mom.
He thinks turnovers and our defense has to score. So Mom is really looking at turnovers and thinks our defense needs to score, but Mom has the Tide winning 31-14.
Well, and that Mom is absolutely right. I was going to say our defense is going to have to do some work. We need to get some turnovers. Defense played great against Oklahoma, but we could not get any turnovers. Hopefully we'll see that in this next game.
Mommy B will be watching like all of us. She lives in Knoxville. The game doesn't come on until 7:30 her time. It's going to be – she's going to have to really pace out the day. Those are long days. They don't start until late. We move along to Jacob Webb. Jacob Webb, we talked about him. He is Barry's son. They live down in Florida. Jacob has Bama 21, Auburn 27. So Jacob has Auburn winning the game. Auburn's offense has to turn it up and play lights out, get some good calls. They are playing. Jacob says they're playing better under Durkin and Jacob, from Auburn's perspective, I guess the quarterback situation is his only concern. Jacob is a Georgia fan. I'm pretty sure most Georgia fans want to see Alabama lose. Jacob, thanks for sending that in. We have his dad, Barry Webb, coming in flying from the back. Barry was on this show last year. We've all talked about him 100 times. Barry has it Bama. Wendy, Barry has Bama 27, Auburn 24.
Wow.
Key to victory is simple. Bama cannot lose their season. Bama cannot lose or their season is over.
100%.
So Barry thinks it all being on the line will be a big factor.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. Wendy. All right, here we go. We have Will the Thrill Hill.
Will the Thrill Hill. What's up, Will?
What's up, Will? He comes in. He likes Bama 34-10. Ty, I've said this a lot. Ty has a Heisman-type day through the air, and the defense scores the first TD of the game.
Wow. Okay.
Sounds like Will's doing maybe a prop better too. But
yeah, I was about to say there might be a parlay going on here.
What? And so he's got Bama scoring the first touchdown, and he thinks Ty Simpson comes out of the funk and has a Heisman-type day.
Well, here's the thing, y'all, he's going to have to, and we're going to see how this kid handles pressure. It's not just the pressure of the Iron Bowl. It is the pressure of the entire season. Okay. The entire season's on the line. If we lose, we're done, and we don't deserve to make it in anything if we lose. Like, that's just the real deal. Now we've lost Florida State and Auburn. No, not ranked teams. It doesn't matter. We're not going. So at the end of the day, how does Ty Simpson yoga breathe his way into a calm day of flushing mistakes, because everybody makes mistakes in these games, and moving on and making the big things happen? And I think that Will is right. I think our defense has just played so, gosh, they've won us, I think, like 4 games at this point. But at the end of the day, if our defense can get some turnovers, score on these turnovers, basically we need to take the wind out of this backup quarterback. Or, no, well, I mean, I guess he's the starting quarterback, but we need to take the wind out of his sails a little bit. We need to put him behind the sticks where he's got to feel like he's got to do everything to go score, right? That's what I'm looking to see. I want to totally discombobulate Auburn. I want to be laughing like, oh my gosh, they don't know what's going on. And I hate to say that because I love your wife and she loves Auburn and she graduated from Auburn. Auburn was good to Destiny. But at the end of the day, I don't care. I just want Alabama to win the football game, period. Period.
Yeah, another side little note is, and I think that's all the predictions that were sent in. I just sent this out like an hour ago, so if you send it after we're doing this, unfortunately, we're not on here. But Grubb, our Alabama's offensive coordinator, they experimented with Grubb being on the sideline opposed to him being in the box.
Yep.
That will be interesting to me.
Yep.
I mean, what a play call to get our offensive coordinator, who's been in the box all year, to come down onto the field and call plays. What I think that's.
Why do you think that is, though? Like, why do you even think that happened?
Well, I mean, I think I've heard him say this, or I think the general thought is when you're down there on the field, you can get a sense of the players. This is not a real technical answer, but I think you can get the players' vibe a little bit.
Okay.
And all this stuff is on these tablets, and I think that offensive coordinator can kind of sit there with them and say, "Hey, look, this is what happened here. This is what we're trying to do here." And it's more intimate down there. I think you might get a better feel for what the players' body language, how they're feeling. Now, the one thing you lose is the vision part of it, because up there in the box, you can really see. You're away from a lot of things. It's a lot calmer environment. I mean, you're basically in a box with 2 or 3 of your other coaches looking at the field. So that'll be an interesting thing. See if Grubb is on the sidelines when they kick off tomorrow night. Wendy, we're going to have to wrap this thing up. I've got to go blow some leaves. Wendy, let's get your shakedown of the game.
So here's what's got to happen. I'm with Mommy B and Will. Defense we've got to get turnovers, and we need to score on the turnovers. Okay. Offensive line, I'm with George on that. Our offensive line has got to play better than they've played all year. They played really well against Georgia. I look to see something very similar to that. I know this sounds like really cheesy, but I'm looking to make Auburn quit. That's what I'm looking for. You've got this. Second string guy. Now he can do some things with his legs, y'all. This guy's fast. I can't find his
babe,
name.
Hold on. What's the quarterback's name, babe? That's going to be playing tomorrow. No, it's not Deuce. It's
might be Deuce.
No. Yeah, she's going to look it up. I can't. It's not Jackson Arnold, but it's not Deuce Knight. Even though Deuce Knight played last weekend, and all of a sudden he's an All-American, but he hasn't taken a snap all year. It's the middle. It's the guy from Stanford.
It's the middle guy. And, I think it could hurt him, actually, keep him out of last week's game. I know they're trying to say red shirt and blah, blah, blah. Totally get it. Like, I get the theory behind it. But the only game he played in was against Vanderbilt. Who was it, Trey?
Ashton Daniels.
Ashton Daniels. So, the only
he's the Auburn quarterback that they expect to start. Go ahead.
The only big game he's played in was that Vanderbilt game. And let me say this. I mean, that was a high-scoring game. I think between both teams there was 80 or 90 points scored. I don't know. So that shows me, though, that Auburn's defense really wasn't able to do a lot in that game against Vanderbilt. I feel like we're better than Vanderbilt is. So at the end of the day, Trey, what I really want to see is Ty Simpson just literally shake off mistakes. The whole game's not on you, man, right? Like, we've kind of gotten back into what we saw at the Florida State game when he gets behind, when he's trying to force some things. And what I'd like to see is more of what Marcel Reed is doing at Texas A&M and what our past quarterbacks have done. Shake it off and move on to the next play. You know what I mean? You're going to make mistakes. It is what it is. Also, though, if we get another strip fumble from him, I'm throwing the TV outside. I'm setting it on fire. I'm sinking it in the bottom of the lake, and I'm done. I'll never be a Ty Simpson fan again. Nobody's convinced me he doesn't feel the pressure, or just know they're going to get to me. I'm going to fall down with the ball and live to see another day. No more strip fumbles. None. None. I don't
Or
want to
you're
see.
throwing your TV in the lake.
Yeah, all of them. And I have like
So
10 of them.
you're putting a lot of pressure on Ty Simpson. What's your score prediction, Wendy?
Score prediction. I ain't going as high as some of these people. I'm going to go 27-21.
27-21, man. Wendy, you bring up a lot of good points. I look at Auburn similar to Oklahoma. I don't think Auburn has as good a defense as Oklahoma has. I think they're pretty good. I think Auburn has a little bit better offense than Oklahoma had. And the only reason I say it that way is I just feel like this game might be kind of topsy-turvy like the Oklahoma game. So if Alabama wants to redeem themselves from that Oklahoma game, I really feel they're about to get into a game very similar.
Right.
So if they want some redemption, Alabama, hold on to the football.
Yeah.
Don't be so lackadaisical with these things, Wendy. Listen, there ain't nothing to be worried about. There ain't nothing to be worried about. It's football. There's no reason to get stressed out. Go out there, light it up. Play as hard as you can play. And listen, this is why you play football. It's big-time football games. It's why you work so hard all throughout the year. This is when you do it. I want to see Grubb simplify the offense for Ty Simpson. I want Ty Simpson out there playing a little bit quicker than he's playing, and I think that would help. I mean, I've said it ad nauseum on this podcast. Cut out some of this stuff that is not needed. I mean, we don't need 14 reverse passes to pick up 2 yards. I'm good with having 4 or 5 plays that kind of keep them off balance. But at some point, give Ty Simpson a couple of easy reads, a couple of easy completions.
Right.
And Ty Simpson, if it ain't there, run the football.
The ball. Or
that's
throw
one
it
thing.
away.
I think that's one thing we haven't seen that much on tape this year is Ty Simpson running the football.
Right.
I think that could catch Auburn off guard, run the football a little bit. Alabama's defense, just play like a pack of wild dogs. I mean, that's an old Lawrence Taylor saying, play like a pack of wild dogs. If they complete a pass for 12 yards, who cares? Line up and play again. I think Kalen DeBoer has Alabama ready to play football. I think Kalen DeBoer has a good pulse on our team. We're the Alabama Crimson Tide. I'm not saying it won't be tough. I'm not saying there won't be some momentum swings. I look for Alabama, and I'm going to say it again. Alabama, whoever gets to 28 points will win the game. I'm looking at from the Alabama Crimson Tide. Don't stop until the game's over, and I think Alabama wins the football game. And that's how I see it. That's how I want it to go down, and that's how I hope it happens, Wendy.
Well, and I mean, Trey, listen, at the end of the day, you're right. I just feel like we've got to be ready from anything from Auburn. Like I said, they have nothing to lose. There's not a thing for them to lose. They're not making it to the playoff. Nobody knows who their coach is going to be. Like, they are going to throw everything in the kitchen sink.
Well, let me say one thing about it, Wendy. We're Alabama, and our players better act like we're Alabama.
Oh,
Auburn's good. I'm not throwing shade at Auburn. I'm not throwing shade at Auburn. We're Alabama. You go out there and act like you play at the University of Alabama. Right. That's what you're representing is the University of Alabama. Go out there, do your freaking job, hammer them, get up, and hammer them again. See what happens at the end of the game. Right. Wendy, I love you. Is your head going to get fixed or not?
It's already fixed.
Wendy.
Trey, listen.
What's wrong with it?
I'm embarrassed. So literally told me to go turn the heat on. Now you have to remember, Chris told me all this. Chris had to get to work early this morning. They were doing a Black Friday special thing at the dealership. Anyway, he had to get to work early this morning. So I said, it's cold in here. Will you pop the heat up? He goes, oh, it's not working. I turned it on, went downstairs. It has this code. He called the heat guy. Heat guy comes out, opens up the cover. It comes right on. Heat's on, blowing. It's 90 degrees in here now. So I don't know. It is what it is. Here's the thing. It's probably one of those things where for the next 5 years, if you take a screwdriver and hit it just right, it's going to come on. You know what I mean? Until the whole thing needs to be replaced. But anyway, heat is on. I'm not freezing anymore because it was cold. But Trey, you're right. Listen, you saying don't be nervous. I don't know what kind of fan you are, but I am a nervous wreck, and I'm going to stay a nervous wreck. That's all I know to tell you.
Wendy, I love you. Roll Tide. Everybody out there, hope y'all have a great couple of days. We will be back with y'all possibly we might do a show on Sunday. because it's kind of winding down. Thanks everybody for their responses. Love
Yes.
you, Wendy. Roll Tide, and let's
Roll
get it
Tide.
on.
Roll Tide. Love you.
Love you, babe. All right,
Bye.
bye.